information and uh, whatnot. So yeah, I think start there. Maybe how to secure your wallets, lock your wallets. Just safety security type stuff tonight. Just make sure because I mean, obviously, crypto is it's a wealth transfer. And why be frivolous with your wealth when you're acquiring these assets and moving money around and maybe that's a topic. Yeah, I think Lynette will
And
be popping in here as well. But yeah, I think that
yeah,
might be a good
she
topic tonight.
she is planning to come in. I'm not sure at what point she may pop in. There's no new updates. Oh, there she go right there. She changed the name on. There we go. Hold on, it's coming. If I can get this out the way. There you go. Perfect. I was looking for the other one.
No, I came in on my phone this time.
Ah,
My
okay.
computer is charging right now, but yeah, nope, I'm just here if you guys need me. I think we should too go over the leasing is going to be ready here any day. Um, I mean, we could even see it tomorrow yet. That's how close we are. And so I think, even going over the hatchery and how, that's a really good way to get new people set up and then they can lease minors until their minors have hatched in the hatchery. You know what I mean? With that coming in, so go over, kind of just some of the basic things. I don't really have anything new to add tonight until the leasing is ready, except for the evolution promotion will end tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Um,
All right.
I think that's all I got, really.
Okay. Well, this has been a very, very fruitful week as far as information and the things that you've shared. A lot to take in, or whatever. So, um, tonight can be, we don't have a huge crowd. We have about 81 people in right now. So this is, I think we can also allow tonight to be a good night for people to, to ask questions,
Hmm.
and go into some specific details on some of the things, especially when it pertains to the website in and of itself, how it functions, and some of the nuances and intricacies. Or whatever. But before we do that, you mentioned something that, you and I have had discussions that is, you know, very, very exciting to me with this platform, and it is the leasing that's coming out. I'm not sure if he's on tonight, but I had a long conversation today with a gentleman that runs um, a nonprofit facility that takes care of young kids that have, for whatever reason in life, had drug addiction, drug problems, and and things of that nature. And we was talking about funding for that facility and how donations and things like that are down right now. And we just started thinking and brainstorming on how a platform like Get Fit Mining could actually benefit programs like that. And I'm just mentioning this because, I like to consider myself to be somewhat creative, but there's a lot more, a lot more people out there, a whole lot more creative than I am. And it's just a matter of us getting our wheels turning and coming up with ideas, unique ideas and things that we can leverage this platform to do. Um, 'Cause it's in the long run, it'll build value in the entire ecosystem, but it's not all about the money or what have you. There's a lot of good that can be done leveraging this platform in a lot of different areas. So I'm just saying what I'm saying right now to maybe spark a thought or an idea in someone, even if it's just one person in the community, of something that they may be able to do or implement, leveraging, especially once the leasing comes, the platform to raise money for, programs or businesses or causes or whatever the case may be, even before the challenges get here,
Hmm.
or what have you. And I don't know if you have anything that you can, add to that or what have you, but, those are the things that I see as a major, major benefit. And down the road, the more and more organizations that actually get to benefit from this, they're going to scream from the hilltops of the value proposition associated with this platform. And once one does it, then the next one does it. and you start seeing people that are engaging that, or even if they're just donating their physical activity for a weekend or a week, a month, or whatever the case is, once they see how it works over time, those are the same individuals that'll be like, well, wait a minute, I can do this all the time and I can actually earn from it and I can choose to donate that or just continue to build my wealth. So, when we talk about mass adoption, it's the same with this project as it is with crypto across the, entire blockchain spectrum. Mass adoption is going to come when there's something out there that people can wrap their head around, understand, and see the fruits of it or what have you. When crypto becomes more than just this fake money or these digital assets that only have value based on speculation, people putting money in, and the only people that's making money is the ones that take theirs out first or what have you. Sustainable platforms like this is what's going to create mass adoption. So let's get our wheels turning on different things that we can possibly do. Because somebody mentioned last night, when is the company going to do marketing and things like that? This is a community-driven project, yes, and that's going to be doing some or driving, various types of public marketing and things like that to offer assistance to, the growth of the ecosystem. But at the end of the day, the true growth is going to come from the people that's actually here right now and us sharing it with others, whether it be just from the aspect of us, giving our testimonies as far as the benefits that we've received from a health perspective and or a financial perspective, or if it's individuals out, literally just trying to grow the community to, increase the value. I don't know, but it's going to be up to us, and we're powerful enough as a whole to make that happen. So,
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we can do on a charity level. So many things.
and what would just out of curiosity, I know I'm putting you on the spot right now, and we're not going to hold your feet to the fire um, on that right now. But I'm just trying to get a conceptual idea. If
Well, from the leasing in and of itself, that makes it, that puts the miners out there for a lot of charity work that we can do. But even above and beyond that, we can even provide minors to like where you're talking, troubled teens and homeless teens and things that, I mean, they don't have any money whatsoever. And there's enough people in our community that, we can do, a challenge, or we can even have the community maybe even sponsor, become sponsors of, these different kids, like what you're talking about. This one, um, I don't know who it is or where it
uh,
is, but
uh,
at that organization, where they actually sponsor, a kid, and maybe they help them submit, for a month or two, and they get to learn about crypto, and then over time they can pay that back. Because I mean, that's teaching them responsibility. It's teaching them, quite a bit when you're talking about on a financial level. But I mean, the sky's the limit of what we can do. We're the manufacturer of this product, right? We are the ones who, we created this ourselves. And so there is no limitations to what we can do. It's just what do we think? What can we think of? What's creative that's going to work, that's going to make a change or help people. In this app, I mean, just from listening to people in the community, yeah, it's great as a wealth builder, but as a health builder, it's even more powerful mentally, emotionally, physically. Um, you know, you can talk to anybody who has used our app testimonial wise, the weight they're losing, how much better they feel, how much happier they are. It's a very powerful app, all the way around, full circle. And so I mean, the sky's the limit, Herschel. Whatever, we sit down, we put our heads to the community. I mean, if it makes sense, we can make it happen.
Perfect, perfect. And I'm going out on a limb now and say, Ken, let's get together and make sure it may already be there, but in Discord, an idea box of things that can be done that people can, suggest, or if people have ideas that they want to pursue that, that may need assistance or, helping, you know, polish them up a little bit, things like that. Those are the things I believe will help drive this whole initiative in a major way. Not only the growth from that, the exposure that that brings, and the eyeballs and the attention that comes from doing good work through the platform as well.
We can even start up like a smart contract too, Herschel, where a percentage of the transactions that come in go into a contract specifically for charity.
Big.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
And like if it is for teens or let's say homeless vets or, you know, any whatever it is whatever the charity is that we're choosing, it can have that USDT or that AVAX in it to help them cover those initial submission fees while they're getting set up. You know what I'm saying? So it can help cover their startup fees. We
Right,
already have the miners that they can lease. We already have, everything at their fingertips that they need to get started. If somebody is, homeless or they don't have any means to an income, or, I mean, if you're homeless, you have not got probably two nickels to rub together. And what you do have is going to get you through today. You know what I mean? So if
right.
we had a smart contract where a percentage was going there to help cover those submission fees, for whatever charity work we do, they're able to benefit from the app. They're still learning about crypto. It's not like we're just handing them money, but we're giving them an opportunity to build their own wealth and, climb out of that hole they're in.
Hmm. They definitely have a phone. Yeah.
Yep, everybody's got a phone. I mean, the government provides you with phones. You know what I
I'm just
mean?
thinking like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
They have a phone. Hmm.
Hmm.
Powerful stuff. Yeah, I like that idea, Herschel, putting that in the Discord, just kind of giving a like a think tank, people just diving in and giving their experience and giving some feedback on what they think could kind of be. I don't think there's really a limit. Like Lynette said, there's really unlimited types of stuff we can do here. We just
All
got
right,
to
and
come
wealth
together
isn't good
and figure
unless
it
you're
out.
sharing it.
Right? I mean, it's yeah, it's
It
amazing.
doesn't have to be a handout, it's a hand up. There's a big
That's
difference.
right. That's right.
Absolutely,
Yeah, I like that
absolutely.
idea. Yeah, I'll get on that right now. Pop that
Okay.
in there.
I mean, I'm always game for if we can change people's lives, that's what we want to do. That's what this whole app is about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Game
Yeah,
on.
I think that we haven't even seen that at a scale. I mean, we saw it in the pocket where we were. I mean, you remember those calls and Zoom we were having people from the mental aspect to the health aspect and all in between. People's lives were emotions. I mean, it was just people were crying and people were like,
Hmm.
"This is incredible." And I was, I don't know. There's something about having a health and wellness company or protocol or project or platform that uses the human body to to get results. Like, has anyone ever done it? Yeah, you'd have to normally be a part of some type of, a gym or something like that. But in this project, what we're doing here, you just gotta use what you got, use what God gave you, right? And move and feel empowered to keep doing that and do a little bit more and do a little bit more. And in that process, you're doing all kinds of other amazing things, drinking more water, you're sleeping better, you're making a little bit more money, and you're feeling you're talking to your spouse, you're spending time with this person and that person, your kids, whatever. I mean, it seems to just make everything better when you start to do this, be a part of this program, right? So yeah, it's something really neat that we saw in little pockets, but I can't wait till we get into what we're talking about right now. How do we get this into different communities of people and tie them to what we're doing and see those results? It's gonna be amazing. I know it's gonna happen because it already happened. We just haven't done it on scale yet. So looking forward to it.
Hmm.
Be
And I
awesome.
know this may sound cheesy or whatever, but I just saw a message in here. One of the people was saying that their team, they do Zoom walks, or what have you, and I thought about this once
Yeah.
I
before.
think that's a great idea. I've thought about that myself.
Heck
But
yeah.
here, let's take
Heck
it a
yeah.
step further. Let's take it a step further. Let's look at the Guinness Book of World Records and find out what is, if it even exists. If not, let's create it. Let's put this in the Guinness Book of World Records as the large and find and figure out what we need to do to have the largest global virtual walk.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of people.
Right, just
I can
just a
hear.
thought.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Just
look
a
it up. I'm
thought.
gonna look it up.
Just a thought.
Hey,
Hey,
hey, records are meant to be broken.
One
You
way or
know, one
another.
way or another. Love it.
Exactly. All right. Well, we got a hand raised, Miss Tangela. Let's see what we got here. Tangela, go right ahead. What you got for us?
Yeah. So I was actually talking to a nurse last night about the program, and she asked about whether or not you could have like groups, because I guess she works with an 80-year-old or whatever, so she's got some other. So maybe there are people who maybe can't afford to get in by themselves, but they can get in together and do it as a group. So she asked me about that last night, and so I was like, wow, they opened up for questions tonight.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, you could do it as a group if there was, like if whoever, you'd have to have the one device with whatever miners are there. And then they would just have to be on your honor kind of thing, share the move quests that they're mining. But the other, that's where, the hatchery really comes in, I think, to work really well for people because you get all that move quest back and you get your miner. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you've got like the mover miner, yeah, you're spending $100 for a week, but in a week you get it back and then sell your move quest if that's what you need to do. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But hopefully by then, it's gone up a little bit. And maybe they even make a little bit of profit on that. Who knows? But the hatchery is a great place to start. And the leasing is even probably cheaper than the hatchery because they don't have to buy $100 or $550 of MoveQuest. They just need a little bit of MoveQuest to pay the rental fee, and to have that AVAX in their wallet to cover submission fees, and then they're good to go. And so I think once this leasing starts, I think it's going to open the doors for a lot of people because for a few bucks, a month or whatever it's going to be. I mean, as the market value of the token goes up, obviously the rental fee is going to increase. But in the beginning, it should be relatively inexpensive for people to lease the miners to at least get started, and to start mining that crypto. So I think that's going to be, the most, I don't know, the most motivating way to get people started. At least they can get in, test the waters, see if they like it before they spend money or big money. You know what I mean? Um, but that's probably what I would, suggest to them is to try the leasing or the hatchery. Otherwise, you would spend the money, use one device, and then split it amongst your walkers.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest things was that if she had a group of older people, I said, well, we got somebody in Australia who's 70-some years old. She's doing her thing, but she was like, what if one person can't get in the 20,000 steps a day or the 10 miles a day? And I was like, well, we also have folks who are bedridden, so there's no reason why you can't really get your steps or your in for the day. But she was kind of asking along those lines, what if I know I can get 20 or 10,000, she can get 5,000 steps, and this person can get 2 miles, you get. And then she was actually looking at it to do like a competition amongst floors in her wherever she works, oh, this group of ladies get together, and I don't know. So but I did mention certainly the leasing portion. I was like, well, if that's an issue for getting in, then the leasing would probably be the best way.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I got some numbers, you guys. The largest walk or charity walk or run is 283,000 people, 283,171 people. And it was achieved in the Philippines, Manila, May 6th, 2018. So that's kind of like in one place. I think I may have to do a little more research, but it's not a lot. I mean, it's a lot, but considering what we have our hands on, I think we could easily trump that in the next, couple of months here. Within the year, we could get 300,000 people to agree to say, hey, we're all going on Zoom. We're all going to go on a walk, and wherever you are, just walk and go live or something. I don't know. We could figure it out. But yeah, we may end up in the Guinness World Book, man. That's not a lot of people. I was expecting a whole lot more than that. Yeah. That's
Exactly.
in the Guinness World Book. That's the website, guinnessworldrecords.com. 280,000, 38,000. So
Gotcha. Gotcha.
doable,
Gotcha.
sir.
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Thank you for that, Mr. Angela. And while I'm going to the next person, Miss Lynette, I know you've answered this one before. I just couldn't remember the numbers. in reference to docking slot 9 opening up, I know that we're waiting for, the growth of the community to be able to actually support and doing that. Is there a number that kind of puts us in the range where that starts to make sense?
Yeah, we're looking at about a community of 20,000 people. I mean, right now, if we were to do it, the only thing it's going to do, honestly, is have the community spending money that you don't need to spend because it's just redistributing MoveQuest amongst more miners. There's not more MoveQuest going out. You know what I mean? It's still at the 2,500. And when we increase the MoveQuest that's being distributed every day, that will make a bit of difference. But I would say, we need at least we had said, in the tokenomics, I believe it was, I'd have to go look at it, 30,000 miners. And we would open up mining dot slot 9. I'd have to look to make sure it was either 30 or 50. But honestly, when I run the math on it, because I've checked it already, yeah, it's going to bring in a lot of money for the liquidity pool, but it's not going to make a bit of difference, really. For those of you who are mining, it's going to take away from those who can't open up that ninth dock slot and fill it. And if they did fill it, they'd fill it with a mover, which isn't going to benefit them any to do that. And so when I look at it, it would just be an unfair expense. It would be like, I don't even know what word I'm looking for, but if it doesn't make sense, then there's no reason to offer it because to me, that's being kind of dishonest or deceiving. Honestly, that's the way I look at it. So when we open up dock slot 9, it's because it serves a benefit and a purpose to the community outside of just making you spend money. And granted, that money is great for the liquidity pool, but in the end, you're going to have a community of people going, well, "What the heck did I open up this ninth slot for?" It didn't make any difference because all it's going to do is just redistribute it amongst 9 miners, and it would be about the same that you'd be mining. So it doesn't serve a purpose right now. And it's just money that you don't need to spend.
Perfect. Thank you for that.
I mean, I would love to say, heck yeah, let's open up slot 9. We are ready. But, it's just not there yet.
All right, all right. And before we go to Tony real quick, I'm curious. I know the answer, but I think you'll probably answer it better than I would typing it. If a person has 7 docking slots with miners in them already, and they haven't opened up the 8th one, can they lease an 8th miner and
Yeah, they
not
can.
open up a docking slot?
Yeah, they can still lease the 8th miner.
But they won't have to unlock the docking slot. But the
Right.
8th, but they will not be earning as much as they would have if they had to unlock the docking slot and put their own miner in it because they're paying the daily.
So they would be, so here's the thing. They're going to be paying a rental fee,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And there is a dock slot fee, not an unlock, not the unlocking fee to plug it in, but a slot fee. And that's probably going to be 40, 50 cents to plug in the miner that you've leased. Then you got to pay your submissions and whatever. So, I mean, the expense comes into whatever the person who's leasing the miner to you is going to charge for the rental fee. So, I mean, it's not upfront, it's not going to be as expensive, as minting your own miner, obviously, but over time, it would end up costing you more to lease than it would to mint your own. So, what you'd want to do is make sure you're banking up that MoveQuest so that eventually, you can go mint your own miner, so that you own your own and you don't have to lease anymore. But yeah, absolutely. If are mining with 7 miners right now and you want that 8th miner, you can absolutely lease it. It might cost you, I don't know what people are going to charge. They may charge 40 cents a day. They may charge 20 cents a day, 30 cents a day. I don't know. Depends on what the miner is. So you'd have to pay that fee. So you have to weigh up the differences, as to what you want to do. But, when you look at that 8th slot, it's $120 to unlock that slot. If you were just, going to work with a mover, you're talking $170 up front. So you could lease one or way less than $170. And if you only did it long enough to accumulate, you know, or earn enough to start minting your own miner for that eighth slot, or hatch it, put it in the hatchery, and hatch your miner. To me, that's the best way if you can't afford that eighth slot right now. Um, Absolutely lease it, but then start working on the hatchery. In 28 days, you've got a Vanguard that's just below the Titan, and so you could lease for the 28 days. And as soon as that Vanguard, is hatched, plug that into the miner, and then you no longer have to lease. So yeah, I think it's absolutely a good option, and it would be cheaper up front, but in the long run, it would end up being more expensive if you didn't eventually acquire your own.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Tony, what you got for us, Tony?
Hi there. Almost the same question. My question was, if you got eight miners, like 8 Dark right now, let's say I want to go out and lease 4 or 5 Omegas or Titans. Could I do that or not?
Yep, you absolutely could. So let's say you've got lower powered miners, right? Let's say you're mining with all movers, but you could go to the marketplace and you could find, the Vanguards or Titans or whatever, lease those. You could take the ones you are mining with that are lower powered and you could turn around and lease them out.
But let's say if you had 8 Titans, can I go out and say lease 5 more to build my vault or
You'd
not?
have,
Okay,
you would
explain
have
that
to
to
have a
me.
he would have to have a second device. You can still only mine 8 with one account.
No,
Right.
what I'm saying is, if I got 8 miners filled up, let's say Titans, can I go out and say lease 4 or 5 more Titans, or do I have to have a second device?
You have to have a second device. Each
Okay,
device can only mine with 8. Yep.
even on the leasing part.
Even on the leasing part, there's a max of 8 per device.
Okay, thank you.
Those the same. But I mean, you don't need, okay, just so everybody knows, and correct me if I'm wrong, Herschel and Ken, because maybe I'm not remembering correctly because I only used the one device. But you don't need a phone plan. You just need the device. So it doesn't have to, you really don't need a monthly fee on that phone. It's just being able to connect to it on the Wi-Fi so that whatever, you are transferring over is able to be picked up. Now, I could be wrong, but I
No,
don't think I am.
that is correct.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
just need a
you're right.
Wi-Fi connection.
So, yeah, so if you have old phones laying around or, go buy a cheap phone, you can connect it to the hotspot on the one phone that does have a plan,
Right.
and you can use it and be mining with that and not have to have that monthly phone fee.
Yep. That's been working just fine.
All right. Let's see here. Anyone else? Anyone else? Miss Jackson. Go ahead, Miss Jackson.
Hey, kia ora from New Zealand.
Hey.
Good afternoon, Lynette and your team. I'm having a bit of trouble with, not trouble, but in the hatchery, I can't see my 4 trailblazers that I bought, that I
You
had.
have
Well,
to, so have you claimed them?
no,
Okay, so you have to go to okay, what kind of miners are they?
trailblazers, but I can't even see them in there now. I did when I first did them and it said claiming. I thought, oh, Linda, you're supposed to claim them in 14 days. So maybe that was my fault. They've disappeared now.
No, they shouldn't have disappeared. Um, And your Wi-Fi connection is good?
Yeah, yeah, I've tried everything.
Are
And
you
I
on,
would
are you on that device right now?
yes, I am.
Can you share your screen?
Okay. Send request.
There you go.
Okay, which one am I? Windows entire share. Oh, this is different.
There you go.
Let me see. Okay, here we are. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am. Perfect.
Okay, so here it is here. Hang on, I'll go to Hatchery. So they were here, but they're not here anymore.
And you've got your right, and you're connected to the right wallet.
Yes. Yes.
And you put they're all trailblazers, right?
Yes.
Okay. So those won't show up until after 14 days.
Yeah, but she
Oh,
should have
well,
something on the bottom there that
yeah.
shows the time on each one of those. She doesn't even have the incubation cards there.
Ah, gotcha.
I did a couple of days, a day after that I had bought them. And yeah, I went and had a look and I thought, oh my goodness, can't find them anymore. So that's where I'm at now.
And this is the same wallet. Huh, the left.
Yeah, so this wallet is I can use my laptop because this is same MetaMask on my wallet on my phone.
Gotcha.
Can you send me that wallet address, or do you have?
Yeah.
I'm going to send it over. I'm going to have Wally look at that real quick.
Okay, I will do.
Yeah.
Yep,
Does anybody
I'll
else
do
have
that.
that problem?
I mean,
Did you
I'm,
cancel your incubations?
No, because
yeah, I saw that.
I hadn't been in here since I bought them and I came in maybe 4 days ago and I thought, oh, where's my Trailblazers? So no, I don't think I would have cancelled anything in here.
Well,
All right, I'll look on the blockchain.
they would have been movers though, right?
No, I
No, she
went
said
and bought
Trailblazers.
Trailblazers because
Okay.
I think all the movers had just been sold that day. So I went to the next
Oh,
Trailblazers.
well, it's still a timeline on that though. I don't think they're.
Click
Has it been that amount of time yet? Yeah. Go ahead,
click
It
Andre.
on
was
mine.
there.
Click on mining dot.
Mining dock. Hang on, where am I? Okay,
Right
mining
there.
dock. Yeah, I think I've done all this too.
Yeah, see her
No,
miners are in there. Yeah, those
these
are
are
your
my
miners.
yeah, these are my Titans. So
Okay.
Did you put your wallet address in the chat?
no, I haven't done that. I'll do that now.
If you do,
Yeah,
just send it directly to Lynette.
right. I was gonna
Okay.
say just DM it,
Yeah.
personal message.
Okay. Okay. Yep. If I don't have her added to me, Herschel, I might be able to send it to you, please.
Yeah, that's fine. You
Okay.
can send it to me and I'll give it to her.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that'll
Oh,
work.
that's all good for me. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye bye.
Mr. Fox, go right ahead, sir.
Oh, hey, yo, can you hear me?
Loud and clear,
Yep.
sir.
All right, how you folks doing? I had a question in regards to the devices. So, like in the leasing program, is there a way that we can somehow create a way to be able to lease out watches or Fitbits or something, or possibly partner with Samsung or one of the companies, etc. Get creative, and or again, figure out a way to um, donate the from the community into a maybe a pot to where we have some devices or whatnot we can lease out. Um, just thinking out loud. And if for the folks that don't have the money, they want to they want to get in and really play the game, you got to have a device, right? As far as to a watch or a Fitbit, something to actually register the heart rate and all that.
Yeah, you'd have to have a
Well,
device or a fitness tracker. The thing is, if you start doing like leasing out the fitness trackers, now you're talking about distribution and a whole nother level. And that's not something that I'm interested in doing. I think the fitness trackers, I mean, you can get some really, I mean, they're pretty inexpensive.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? If
Well,
somebody else
that's why I
wanted
was
to have
thinking.
that out, that'd be fine, but it's not. For me personally, I think it's a
Okay.
lot more hassle than it would be.
Yeah, I mean the way I envision it would be like a direct partnership with a company that, would essentially, just take care of that aspect for us.
No, that'd be great. I mean, if it's something that can
or we
happen.
can or we can white label a MoveQuest device, one of the companies, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and I was talking with a group of people that actually have a fitness tracker, and they were going to look into actually making it a little more streamlined for MoveQuest. And I need to get back in touch with them and see where they're at on that, because they said they could actually, they're relatively inexpensive, and we could basically get them for a couple dollars above wholesale. So I'll swing back around and touch base with them again and see
Yeah,
if
that'd be
that's still a
incredible.
possibility.
I think that'd be a great addition to the marketplace. If we
Hmm.
found a partner like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful thing. Um, okay. Yeah, so that was my question. Primarily. I'm still kind of trying to figure out how this is all going to work for the folks that really don't have the money, but they really still need, some money to submit. They need, a little AVAX to get going. They need, the rental fee, etc. I mean, we're still talking, what, about 150, $200, um, to be able to get going and have a couple bucks to submit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
But
I'm
we can
excited
come up
about
with
it.
some creative ways for people that, are able to afford
Hmm.
it too. There's a lot that we can do.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm actually involved with a veteran program. We could talk about that as well. I could probably get a couple of these chapters involved. If you wanted to create something for those guys, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be great. And I would have you talk also. There's Isaac Moody. I don't know if you know who he is or not. He works with a lot of vets as well. You two could probably do a
Hmm.
lot together.
Awesome. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I'd love to put my guy in touch, and I have uh, a retired Army Ranger that's extremely, connected, within the veteran community and over in California, all the chapters, pretty big chapters and really nationwide. So it's pretty big.
Yeah,
But
they get
yeah,
along real
awesome,
well. He's also a retired ranger.
awesome. That'd be great.
Hmm.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, let's see if we can somehow connect on that and pass the information along. And then
Awesome.
yeah, and as soon as the app comes out, I got this big group coming in. They're ready to go. Lynette, John and his wife. So, um,
Awesome.
yeah, I'm probably gonna request Herschel, if you don't mind, if you can reach out to me. I'd love for you to maybe spend a couple minutes with them, just because you're so good at, the layout. I'd make that request if you don't mind to reach out to me. Thank you.
Not a problem. All right. Thank you, sir. All right, Miss Judy, go right ahead.
Hey everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Loud and clear.
Okay, first off, I gotta say, Lynette, I love that idea about working with homeless youth. And there's a few places that I know that I will definitely speak with them about that and see what, if anything, could be, worked out. And also, too, I want to let everyone know for the record, with regards to having a spare phone. It didn't work for me. Now, to be completely honest, I'm not sure it's because I didn't wipe the previous phone clean, but I tried hotspotting from two different devices in order to create a new Apple Health account. It didn't work. I had to actually go ahead and buy a cheap $5 SIM card at the grocery store. So I don't know whether it's just a
Well, it
Canadian
probably would
thing.
need a SIM card in it. I would imagine it would need a SIM
Yeah,
card to connect to Apple Health.
yeah.
Well, even to do it over Wi-Fi or, to
I don't
create a
know. I
new
don't know if
Apple
any
Health
phone
account.
works without a SIM card.
Yeah, yeah, you
Do
can
they?
get, yeah, over Wi-Fi, no problem.
Oh, okay.
But,
How old is the phone? Is it working
oh,
now or no?
Oh yeah, it's working now because there's a SIM card in it. But as for how old it is, it's relatively new to me because I bought it last May as my second device, but it was too tiny to really see from, so I ditched that and got a larger phone. And then I thought, well, I've got the phone sitting here. I might as well put it to use because I have those additional miners from the Binance chain as well. And with this new hatchery, oh my goodness, I might as well, take full advantage of, everything that we've got going on. But I had to actually get a SIM card for it in order to create an Apple Health account and to actually get it to work. But again, I don't know if it was because I hadn't wiped the phone completely clean and I can still connect with other apps from my main account through that device. So I just wanted to state that.
Yeah, well,
And
just so you know, just so we don't confuse anybody up in the community, you do not have to have a SIM card in the device. The Wi-Fi antennas are built into the phone. There may be some other communication thing that was impeding your device from doing it, but I'm getting messages now where I've got a number of people that have multiple iPhone devices with no service, no SIM, that are leveraging, their Wi-Fi or utilizing Wi-Fi wherever it is that they go, and it works fine. So they do not have to have a service plan or a physical SIM card in the device to operate.
well,
Okay,
they
good to know.
can let me know how they do that because
Again, it may be
I had
something
to
more
get one.
along the lines of your specific device
Yeah. Yeah.
or connection provider, service provider, or something along those lines. That's the issue. But look at it this way: it costs you $5. You're up and running. No harm, no foul. We move forward.
Exactly. And I just want to say the hatchery is amazing, as well as this new evolution process. And I actually went through and evolved two Vanguards into a Titan. And I actually did it through the new app because I figured I got to learn how to do this rather than resorting to the old interface. And it worked like a charm. I love it.
All right. Well, we thank you, Miss Judy. Let's see, Miss Ava, go right ahead.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear. Go right ahead.
I've been trying to attend every meeting. Thank you for so much information. Sometimes I get caught in the weeds a little bit with all of the numerology, but um, the question I've had just logistically, because I know it's not operational yet, is what to charge for leasing, even as a preliminary. And I know it depends upon the strength of each particular miner. I was able to get in. I mean, it took you know, it was timing because the thing was closing very quickly. But I do have an assortment. I have Trailblazers. I have a new, the smaller one, the Mover, and then I've got Vanguards coming too. And I have no clue what to charge people since this is something I'm looking at with even friends of mine who, would like to participate, but I don't want to overcharge either. Would it be cents on the day? How does one even approach this?
I'm
Because
working
again,
on I'm working on a spreadsheet calculator type of a deal, and I'll have it ready probably by middle afternoon tomorrow. It's almost done. And I'm
oh,
gonna see if
wonderful.
the developers will put it up on the website for people to use. So you can kind of calculate, what would be a fair value or whatnot. But
Now,
I don't really have any suggestions right now. I think once the leasing is up and we all see how it works, because I just ask the developers to create and then I wait for them to create it and then I see how it
okay,
works. That's about how it is. So once I see that, we'll have a better idea,
okay,
of what to charge. And a lot of it's going to be dependent upon what kind of miner you have. If there's
exactly.
a whole lot of movers and there's only a handful of, let's say Titans, obviously the Titans are going to be able to charge a decent amount because there's not very many of them there because people are going to want those and they'll pay the extra just to get the MoveQuest. So there's a lot of factors that play into it. So I really don't want to spend a whole lot of time on that tonight just because I don't have real, factual figures in front of me that would make sense to anybody. I would rather do it when I can share a spreadsheet with you and show you instead of just flipping a bunch of
Right.
numbers out there at you.
Okay. And it's just something because strategically we're all looking at how we can create another source of revenue. Um,
Hmm.
and I also want to be fair, and because we know that there's some upfront expenditures, um, and of course the logistics, even as far as having, the sponsor information, how we do all of that. The other question I had is the fact that those of us who were involved in the beginning of launching the Avalanche chain will still be involved in the 11
Yep.
tier
Yes,
ongoing
you will.
in perpetuity.
Yep. Until we, have a large enough community where it really isn't, where it's not in there anymore. You know what I mean? Where it's not necessary anymore.
Well, it was a beautiful thing because all of the MoveQuest that came in allowed me, and I'm sure many others, to completely evolve into the 7. And it was wonderful. We didn't have to have an outlay of cash. I was able to
Hmm.
redeem all of that. The other question I had is for those of us who are holding on to MQT, and eventually you'll be doing, I guess you're calling it farming as opposed to staking, because I'm very much
Taking
interested in
farming,
that
whatever
too.
word you want to use for it. Right now, we are not rewarding more of the move quest and the staking. That's why we were doing the hatchery versus that type
Okay.
of staking. And that's just because if we did, we'd be diluting the market again. We got to see some growth first, and then we can
Okay.
implement that type of staking into the platform. So right now, you're staking that move quest for miners. Um, so it's putting, that move quest to work for you in a very positive way without actually diluting the market with more move quests before the demand is there for it. So this
So
is kind of replacing that in the interim.
this will be going, the hatchery and this incubation process will be going on for the remainder of December. Will it go into the next
This
year?
is here forever. It's a feature that's never going away.
Oh, wonderful. Oh my
Hmm.
goodness. So the idea also is to, well, create and then again, we have them in our wallets. I guess you guys are going to figure out how to create there's going to be a lot of extra miners out there, all different kinds. So that if it's not our friends, it might be the general public. And then they can, I don't know how this is all going to work. I'm very curious, but,
There's a
uh,
global marketplace that you'll place your miners in. So the general public will just come to a marketplace, like similar to what you would see like on OpenSea, for example. And they'll see
um,
these mining cards and they'll select the miners that they want to lease and they'll stake to those miners.
nobody's doing anything like this, Lynette. This is
I
amazing.
know. We are a
Nobody
one of
is.
a kind project. Nothing like it on the market ever, anywhere.
Well, I think the thing I've been running into when I mention crypto, people look at me like I'm still kind of a weirdo. Or, oh, that's, but the vernacular is catching speed. I think people are finally, I really emphasize DeFi in lieu of everything else that's going on because it's very empowering. It's very
Hmm.
empowering. And so I'm very proud to be part of this. I mean, I got in with Binance and I know some of the key people that got connected with you many, many years ago. And in fact, I even spoke to your son. He's a sweetheart.
No, thank you.
Yeah. So thank you again. That was my
Thank you.
questions.
Awesome.
I think you just gave them one tonight, Lynette, that made the call worth it. For
What's that?
everybody, that the hatchery would not be going away.
Yeah, no, that's a feature here for good.
There we go. I just had to say that so you repeat it. That's all.
Yeah.
That's it. Midge, go right ahead. Midge, go right ahead.
Oh, okay. Hi, can you hear me? Okay.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. Hi, Lynette. I just wanted to
Hi.
say hello. We met a year and so ago in Las Vegas.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah, and I joined then at that moment when I met you. And I have just evolved to the point I have my
Awesome.
entire family in this, and we have this family deal going on. So I really appreciate all your work and everything. And you just answered my question about the hatch hatchery being there forever, so I don't have to worry about how to get this all figured out before the end of the
Yep, no
year.
rush. It's not going away.
Okay.
It's actually a very important part of our ecosystem because it allows people to get started. It still requires the MoveQuest. They have to go to the exchange, buy the MoveQuest, or if you have it in your wallet from mining, and it takes it out of circulation for either, from 7 to 28 days, which is a great thing because that contributes to the dynamics of that FDV, the fully diluted market value of that token. And it also, gives reassurance to a community that there's 150,000 MoveQuest tokens that are in a smart contract hatching miners. And so those MoveQuests aren't going to be sold. So it lends to the credibility of the project as far as, not overselling taking place. And we're already starting to see that turn around a little bit. There's almost half of the MoveQuest tokens that are in circulation in that hatchery. There's 200 and I think 207,000 MoveQuest tokens and wallets, and there's almost 100 and some thousand of those in that hatchery. So it's going to really play a massive role, a major role in the liquidity, as far as, stopping some of that overselling of the token, which is great. While we're starting to build the community, you'll start to see that token price go up and stabilize. So it's a feature that will be here long term.
So I bought across the board, 10 of them all the way across. And then I just took the miners, which I just got the other day on the 3rd, and reinvested them. Is that what I should be doing? I mean,
You mean you
is
took the
that
MoveQuest and put them right back in
yes.
the hatchery to mint more?
Uh-huh.
To me, that's what I would be doing. I would be making my MoveQuest work for me. You get all that MoveQuest back, so it's not
Well,
like
it
you're
was just
losing
sitting there.
anything.
I didn't know what to do with it.
Exactly. Yep. And so, it allows you to really acquire those digital assets that you'll be able to lease out. Um, so to
And
me, that's what I would do.
is it better to do the smaller ones or just have a whole variety or only the big ones?
Well, I
You know,
think a variety is going to be good because it allows everybody a price point. Not everybody will be able to afford the rent of a Titan or a Vanguard, but they could maybe afford the price of a mover or a Trailblazer or an Explorer. You know what I mean? So I think it'll be good for the marketplace to have a really healthy variety, So
so
if you're doing the Vanguards, I mean, it's definitely especially for yourself, for your own personal mining, because yes, it takes more MoveQuest up front, but you're getting that all back. And if you're using the hatchery and while we're building the community, the ultimate goal is that the market value of the token will go up. It'll encourage you to hold the token, but you won't have to sell as much of it to get the money, that you would have sold it for at a lower value. But it's working for you. And then if you're doing the Vanguards, you can hatch those at $24 a piece. So you got $48 into two of the Vanguards, and then you take those two and you can evolve them for, I think it's $200 or something like that. So it's much cheaper to use the hatchery to get to, the Titan level, especially for people who are just getting started. They can lease the miners while they're hatching, the higher powered miners for themselves. And then once they have their own, it'll put those miners back into the marketplace for more people to come in and be able to lease those miners. So personally, I think it's a good idea to get one, look at what you're spending in the market value. So if you're going to do 8 movers, it's going to cost you the $24. Would you rather have one Vanguard or 8 movers? You know what I mean? And what are going to be more valuable on the marketplace? I would probably get the Vanguard for the $24. And it's about the same amount of MoveQuest because it's $100 a MoveQuest for, well, it'd be $800 for the movers. So you could actually do $550 for one Vanguard and the $24, and you would be able to lease that Vanguard for more money than you would be able to lease the movers. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about math, I guess, and what's going to be more, um, for me personally, if I'm going to lease a miner, I'm going to want to get the highest powered miner that I can afford, on the market. So that's what
Okay.
I would do. And
Yeah,
then you
well,
could take the money you're making on the lease, you could evolve it up to a Titan, put it back on the market as a Titan and make more money.
okay.
And
Okay.
as the market value of the token increases, you'll begin to increase the rent that you're charging for those as well.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like owning a bunch of rental property that you're going to
right.
rent out. You know what I mean? That's kind of how you have to look at it because it's your digital real estate.
Well, since it wasn't quite up and running yet, I ended up giving one of my miners to somebody to sign up today. So,
Oh, nice.
that worked. But I can see
One of
why,
your hatched miners, you mean?
yeah, one of my hatch
Yeah,
miners, because I had all
that's
these
great.
miners.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another great tool to use, especially for people that you know, to get them in,
Yes.
to get them in. They
Well,
just
that's
come
what
in,
happened.
they just come in and start mining. So that's just
Right.
another thing to think about as well. Using your MQT as an asset to get the miners that you can get friends and family up and going, or even anybody up and going. So
And that's what I'm
implement it,
giving
and
for
as they
Christmas
evolve, you
present.
get it back.
Yeah, I think they're great Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
Virtual stocking stuffers.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
Yep, you're welcome.
Dr. Trainer, go right ahead. Oh, there you go.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I want to ask about, first of all, thank you, Lynette, and all the other team. I want to ask about when the the hatchery increase the limit, because right now I see 150K of MQT is already going to get completed.
Oh, is it already maxed out?
Yeah,
I
right.
didn't think it was. I
Yeah.
thought it was at like 94%. Is it filled?
Yes.
94.5 right now.
Yeah, so there's still room in there.
Okay. It
We'll
means when it is
increase it
completed, they're gonna.
gradually as the demand is there for it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, another thing I want to ask is about when do you plan to get the new app, this new app?
Hopefully here in the next few days. So we're just wrapping up things right now for the new app and for the leasing. So I mean, like we're literally any day now. Could be tomorrow, could be, Saturday, Sunday. It's literally we're just finishing up the last little bit of testing and it's ready to go. The leasing will come out just before we release the app. So a couple of days once the leasing is out, we'll submit everything over to the Google Play Store and to Apple. And it would just be a matter of a day or two for the validation and it would be available. So we're literally right there. I mean, it absolutely is going to happen before Christmas.
Wow,
I say
that is
that, but
good.
we are very certain that it will happen before Christmas, hopefully no later than next week. So we're absolutely right there.
That is very great. Another thing I want
Yep.
to ask is about do you plan to make your own blockchain? Because I see you are only doing another blockchain, which requires a lot of fees. Do you plan in your plan to create your own blockchain, build your own blockchain?
We've talked about it, but we
Right.
really don't know if there's any benefit to us to have our own blockchain. Um, I have talked to a blockchain development team, and we're assessing the uh, ideas of this having its own blockchain, if it would actually be beneficial or if it would end up costing more
Yeah,
than what it's worth. So I don't have an answer for you on that yet, but it's definitely on the table.
yeah. The reason my downline were asking about if we had like our own blockchain, because the big crypto, they have their own blockchain and they work on their own. They don't do like they don't work on other blockchain. I, I don't know the reason, but this is what they were asking about me. And another thing is about uh, uh, exactly when we start leasing, we who will dog the miners? Are they those who are renting, or those who own the miners? There's no
They're
docking.
in a whole different,
Docking slow.
it's a whole different type of setup. There's not a mining dock per se for the leased miners. They're in a leasing contract versus having to actually plug them into individual mining docks. So it operates slightly different than what your personal miners that you're mining with your own proof of physical activity mine with. So there's no dock slot unlock fee. So you're not paying slot fees. You're paying to plug them in, but you're not unlocking docks leasing.
Wow, that is good, very good. Uh, uh, the other thing is about uh, what what about the liquidity pool? Because when some people goes to coin market cap, they see the coin holders. We see some wallet which holds a lot of coins. Like Hatchery is, we already see it. But what about the other thing, the liquidity pool? Because we find the liquidity pool is somehow, if you according to the submission fees that always we submit, how can we know the contract for the liquidity pool? Because some people they
You
ask
just
us,
go
then
to
show
the
us
DEX exchange and the liquidity pool is right there. Um, I mean, if you, the contract addresses are already on the Get Fit Mining website, they'll be added to the MoveQuest website. So it's really easy to see what tokens are in the contract addresses. Now, once the website is up, the MoveQuest.com and the MoveQuest.io website are up, then CoinMarketCap will be able to get our token listed. You'll be able to see what the actual amount of tokens are in circulation. You'll be able to see um, what those contract addresses are that are holding tokens and all that good stuff. So we're still a couple of weeks out probably on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko listing us officially.
Okay. There is no where can you find those contracts, like the contract for liquidity pool?
You just go to the Get Fit Mining website on your dashboard and click on contracts.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yep, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yep,
Well,
you're welcome.
right. Thank you. We just reached the top of the hour. So we're going to go ahead and call it there for tonight. Thank all of you for joining us, asking your questions and brainstorming and all that good stuff. I wanted to put a note out. Starting Monday, I will resume the afternoon training sessions or help desk slash troubleshoot slash whatever adjective or descriptor you want to call the call. We're going to resume. Now, this week, Ken and myself, we've actually gone into Discord and we've set up a room in Discord. We're going to try this out and make sure we're able to manage it and navigate and all that kind of stuff. So on Monday, and we will post it. Oh, there you go. He pulled it up.
Right
He
here.
pulled it
See it?
up.
MQT Lives.
MQT
Boom.
Lives inside of Discord is where we will be doing it on a daily basis. Well, I'm not sure the schedule as far as the number of days a week, but next week I know I'll run it Monday through Thursday of next week, and then we'll gauge it from there on what we need to do and how to manage it, the flow, and so forth, or what have you. And I'm going to say this publicly as well because it's going to make me actually do it. beginning part of next week, I will also have a comprehensive step-by-step walkthrough, part 1, part 2, part 3 video series that allows a person that knows absolutely nothing about crypto to understand what Get Fit Mining is, how to set up their wallet, how to buy some crypto, how to determine how much money they need to fund that wallet with in crypto, how to get it from wherever it is they're getting it into AVAX and from AVAX into USDT and into MQT, buy the miners, dock the miners, go to the hatchery, submit, claim, connect their phones, Android, Apple, from the router to the tutor. And then
Awesome.
I'll let you guys tell me what areas of it we may need to tweak or tighten up or whatever the case is. But in order for this community to grow, we have to simplify the process and make it easy for a person to just follow instructions and get set up or what have you, so that everybody can duplicate themselves with little, help, assistance, or what have you. And then that'll allow, hopefully that can help trickle down the path. Because I do want that Guinness Book of World Record, man.
That's not a lot of people, bro. That's
I want
not a lot.
that.
I've never thought I'd be able to achieve that, but again, collectively, we can do amazing things, right? You can actually say, I'm a part of a Guinness World Book of Records
But
deal,
that's the goal. But see, that's the goal, Ken.
The goal.
To go get that. Now, see, while we're chasing that, Lynette's going to be on her spreadsheets saying, 300,000 people. What does that look like in a token?
Bitcoin on steroids, baby. Bitcoin on steroids.
What does that look like as far as the token is concerned?
Man.
It looks like pretty much everybody on this call is a millionaire. I can tell you that much. Everybody who's here as an early adopter, I mean, the sky's the limit. You have no idea, what can happen here. It's sometimes hard for me to look at the numbers. Sometimes I'm like, oh God, really? Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, I remember being blown away a few times in the beginning. Like, I just checked out, like, that can't be right. And I was like, yeah, it is just math, though. I can't dispute it. It's
and that spreadsheet is Johnny on it when you talk and look at the pool and the market value of the tokens. So
it's incredible.
Incredible stuff. I don't see the contract for the.
Oh, there you
go. Yeah, all you gotta do is go to the actual exchange and it gives you the pool contract address right there. I don't have it right in front of me right now. Can you guys post that in Discord so that people have
I'm pulling it up right now. So
or send it to him or whatever.
Yeah, you just go to the dextools.io. Here it is right here. I'm pulling it up, dextools.io or Dex Screener. I just use Dex Tools because I know they don't have the crazy duplicate stuff going on there. And right, where it would be over here, right here, right? Is that what we're looking for? Contract address or MoveQuest right there, right? And then of course on our website we have it as well. Well, on the Get Fit Mining site, right?
All you have to do is click on go to the swap and it'll have it. It ends in the A119 or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So here's a pair right here, right? 8119. Yeah, 99, I guess. Yeah. So that's how you do that. But yeah, you can go here to dextool.io or you can go obviously to our website and you can get that information. Yeah, looking good. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Or you could just come into the Discord and all that information is in here as well. There's plenty of stuff in Discord. Yeah, I think that's going to be the hub for everything, we got going on from every level of our platform that we're running. It's a lot going on in there. And a big shout out to Rania Ross, if he's on here. He's usually on our Zoom. Man, big shout out to him for holding that down and just implementing all kinds of cool bots and features, and it's going to get a lot more.
Yeah, it's been amazing, hasn't it? Oh, so much better in Telegram.
It's been really cool to see him scale that out and he's excited. Yeah, they've got a big community looking at what we're doing too. So we, again, we're going to get better and better and better and better, and it's going to get gooder and
Yeah, we
gooder,
need
like
to
we see
talk
down
to
in
him
Texas,
about the
right?
panda too. The panda
Yeah,
stuff. Don't let
we
me
will.
forget that,
We
Ken.
will. We will. We will. Yeah. I knew we just had to get past some things, the app and all this iteration and stuff that we're doing right now is really important. But yeah, all those conversations are going to just open up everything. Looking forward
Hey,
to it.
and Ken, got a correction for you. It's Ranye,
Okay.
not Run.
Okay. I've never heard anybody say his name. I've been saying Ranya. I'm like, Ranya.
I've been
It
saying it
sounds
the
so
same
much
way you have
better.
been, Ken, so
It
I'm
sounds
glad.
so much better though. That sounds so much better than
I like
Ranya. I'm like,
Ranye.
Ranya. I like Ranye. It's kind of like Kanye,
Yeah.
Ranye. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay. Ranye. Yeah. I was just been saying Mr. Ross when I text him or whatever. But yeah, Ranye sounds a lot better. Makes sense. Sweet. Yeah, he's done a great job though. Big shout out to him if he's on. Appreciate you, man.
All right, all right. Well, we're going to take one last one, make it a quick one for us, Miss Roylene, and we're going to let everybody go for this evening. All right? Go right ahead, ma'am.
Roylene.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Miss Lynette, good night. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing awesome. Thank you. How are
Awesome.
you?
I'm very well. Quick question, like Herschel said. Now, you made reference to the hatchery staying long term, and my question is simply, as we reach that number for the required movers to be locked, the hatchery would reflect that as well?
Well, yeah, it would. The prices would increase as the market value of the token goes up as well.
Gotcha. That's all I needed to know.
Yep.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you. You too.
All right, Miss Lynette, that's all I got for this evening. Ken, you got anything? If not, we're going to let everybody go and enjoy the rest of their evening or morning or afternoon,
Awesome.
wherever they are in the world.
Yeah, I think we covered from
Awesome.
the Ruby
That's
to the
all I
Tula.
got.
All right,
From the Ruby
everybody.
to
You
the
guys
Tula.
have
We
a
good.
wonderful evening. We'll see you guys next time.
Yep.
Good night,
All
everybody.
right. Good night, everybody.
All right.